So my first question for you guys is, what drew you into Safe Place? What made you want to be part of the project?
When I was planning my fall concert, I always plan thematically. So I plan an entire concert on a theme, and I had chosen welcoming your neighbor and hospitality. And I ran across, I was speaking to Kevin about this text, and it drew me because it really fit into the crux of what we were trying to say, and spoke to an element of the concert that was needed that we didn't have yet, and I was moved by the text. So what about you?
When I was introduced to the text, I read it to be sexual assault and bullying, and I was drawn, and I feel like there was places to add movement to that could help tell the story without being overly graphic. And I thought the piece handled such a difficult subject matter without being so scary, and it was accessible for that way.
I was drawn in by the subject matter, but then also the simplicity of the setting. Not that the music is simple, but the fact that it was stated so clearly and in a manner that was that the students could grasp onto musically very quickly, but then it translated, and I think, into the audience in a remarkable way. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, speaking to that, I designed it that way so that college choirs, high school choirs, and even junior high school choirs could do it, right. So that that all these, from whatever your age, you can have a shared experience.
That's right. So, and we put it in front of chamber singers, which is my upper ensemble, a completely different kind of piece than we usually do. But they really enjoy getting into the process of making the notes come alive in a for the first time that these notes are being heard, except for on a computer, if you will. I think it was really great for them to see in that process and to see it come to life.
So that brings me to my next question. What was your overall reaction from your students?
When I first put it in front of them, to be honest, after doing things that were extremely complex. For one, they're thinking, oh, this is nice to do something that is a little bit easier. Or on the other end, why are we doing this piece? So the questions was split until we got into the work. And then by several students that came and spoke to me about their own experiences and about how they were bullied in their high school and even in their collegiate situations, how they were grabbing onto the story of that particular piece personally. And so it was interesting to hear them, and they were thanking me that we were able to do that work as well. Something different that Greg can speak on, for us to be able to see it with dancers. Mm-hmm. Normally we don't see a choral piece of music lived out or see the music happening, and I think it was good for my singers to see music in movement, and that's an element that sometimes it's done in choral concerts, but not very often. And so it was really good for my students to see that element in this particular piece. So it was great to collaborate with Greg about it. He's choreographed this with these three dancers.
And for me, my students grasped onto it. When I asked them to do the piece, we didn't have any auditions. I sought out who I thought were the best dancers in the department. I sat them down and I explained to them what the text was and how I was taking it, and how if there was anything that they needed to discuss now, so that we were all on the same page. Because the way that I took the text was that we've all experienced some sort of bullying, and we come together at the end. And my students really were able to process a lot of emotions through dancing what they had felt. There was a section of the piece later in the middle where they all had improv section that they choreographed themselves, that they were able to add their own choreographic voice to the entire work. And from there, I took some of their motifs and thread it through the entire piece. The last picture for me that was striking was the dancers took their movement and put them together. When someone was falling, at the beginning of the piece, at the end of the piece, they were being caught. when someone was not able to express themselves fully, they were helped guided, and ended with a lighter, playful atmosphere because we all go through these things, but we can come through and be better and still find peace and happiness and joy.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. And again, thank you so much for being such an integral part in getting this piece off the ground. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.